But I must say I have lived better in the last 2 weeks than I would normally have on medication.
And I think it has been life-changing.
But I can kind of see a little bit of old me coming back.
Like, I'm loving it all.
Welcome to the 40-Day Health Challenge. We're nearly at the halfway point, and it's fair to say we're blown away by the response to the 40-Day Health Challenge. Over 40,000 people have signed up to take part to improve their health and improve their wellness. Remember, you can start on day one at any time by visiting our website, 40dayhealthchallenge.ie, where you'll see Sophie's food plans, Eddie's mental health challenges, Sumi's GP tips, and my own exercise plans too. And the best part, it is all free of charge. We want to improve your health and wellness, and no matter where in the world you are, you can start at day one. We're delighted to be joined by 4 very apprehensive and nervous challengers in studio. We're going to review their results and see how they've gotten on over the course of the first 2 weeks. If there were medals, Deirdre would get them for making Sophie's food look great.
I was a vegetarian for about 9 or 10 years, but really this is right up my alley tonight.
But for Deirdre, she has a little gripe.
I tell you, it's a lot of fan, no loads of noodles and pasta, but anyway. Sophie, what are you doing to me with all that pasta? I cannot do a third dinner with pasta.
Eileen has a new knee and it's working hard.
This knee is really weak as well, you know. I've got osteoarthritis in that one as well.
And with all that movement, this happens.
And I probably have not slept through the night for 3 or 4 years. It's actually the first night I've slept through, I'm amazed.
Olivia got her wisdom teeth out.
I just drank a cup of the soup when I came home from the hospital.
New wisdom came on a walk with Grainne.
One thing that Dr. Eddie is saying to Olivia is that she needs to have a kinder voice to herself, and I totally agree with Dr. Eddie on that.
And Grainne found the exercise tough at the start.
Fucking hell, I found it very hard.
But when Eddie asked our challengers to send gratitude to someone, Grainne didn't have to go too far.
I'm very grateful to you for all that you do, for how hard you work, for what a good dad you are.
Speechless.
Welcome everybody. Hey. Eileen, hello, from Canberra. How are the knees? That's the big question I have for you, because you had surgery before in April. Yeah. How are they feeling now?
Really good, and I feel that my whole body's getting stronger. Like I was thinking if I can just get downstairs and get up on my paddleboard again, I'll be happy. But I used to love exercise, so I'm actually loving that part of it, to be honest. And I'm just feeling a lot stronger and much quicker than I expected. Yeah. Like this is definitely making me push myself, but I can kind of see a little bit of old me coming back. So I'm feeling a bit,
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm feeling...
That's very common after surgery, isn't it? A lot of people kind of think that I'm done.
They can, and you can get caught in that kind of phase of, what, you know, am I ever going to go back to who I was? But once we get into the healing phase then is a little bit of mind over matter. Yeah. And that's where, you know, having you and seeing you in assessment day and saying, look, we can do this. You know, you are supported around it. And really simple things, you know, you don't have to run. A fast walk is super, super effective.
My pace yesterday, I was delighted. It was below the 10 again.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Which I never thought.
Like, and you were 21 minutes, weren't you, for your first
The first time
K,
I was actually physically able to walk 1 kilometre. I had it on my watch and it was 21 minutes. Yeah.
And you're over half that now.
I actually thought to myself, if I can get down to about 13 or 14, that would be good. Yeah. And then just since I started your 30 or then, because I wasn't running, I thought I'm just going to try and do this little loop and keep the pace going. Brilliant. And when I got back yesterday, I looked at my watch because Olga had asked me the day before, what's your pace now? I said, I don't know. So I thought I'll time it, and it was 9 something. And I was like, oh, happy day.
That time for a walk, cardiovascular, is fantastic.
Yeah, you aim for 6.4 kilometres an hour or 4 miles an hour for a really good, brisk, fast walk. And we're going to retest that on day 40 in terms of, you know, DCU's minimum fitness tests. Yeah. But you're seeing that progress. And it also shows the importance of tracking and measuring, and that sense of pride that comes from, I'm getting faster, I'm getting fitter, and I can tangibly see it.
That's what's happening. You get addicted, don't you?
Yeah, so you totally get addicted to it. But a really nice way, if you don't have a watch, or if people don't have tracking watches, if you're sweaty when you're walking and you just feel your heart rate going up, you're actually walking fast enough. Yeah. And that I would have on top of anyone saying, oh, I can't run.
And I'm so glad I've done this, because I don't know that I would have had the confidence, even, you know, when you don't use it, you lose it.
Totally, so, and that's just such a phrase to keep in the back of your mind for any joint, for any part of us. You know, if we don't use it, we're going to lose it.
Yeah.
And the more you use it, the more effective it
Yeah,
becomes.
no, I can definitely, even with
Brilliant.
Karl's exercise, I pretend when I'm getting off the floor, it's not very attractive looking, I know, but I'm trying to pretend I'm getting up on my paddleboard, because and the other day I actually thought I'm going to get on it within the 40 days.
But that's, but that's a great goal to get to, you know, and if you think about it, getting up on a paddleboard, you're going to be on unstable territory.
Yeah.
You're on water, you've got to find your gravity, so you will be engaging everything from your core
I
down to
practice on the bed.
your thigh
Perfect,
muscles.
perfect.
Or you can practice on pillows.
We
as
want
well.
a video of you practicing a paddleboard in the bed for next week. Absolutely. Instagram needs to see that video.
Totally.
I didn't think I could actually get as good as I've already got.
Wow.
So
that's so great.
So I am
to
really,
hear.
really thrilled. Like
I'm going to come down to you in a sec. Last week we asked everyone before we revealed their numbers, how are you feeling? You just told us. I don't even have to ask you. You're beaming with pride, with confidence, with health.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to have a look at your weight in terms of your first sat. 101.7 was your first weigh-in with us. And let's bring up today's. Okay.
I'm smiling already.
98.5 kilos. That is fantastic. That's a brilliant weigh-in. Around 5 pounds in terms of your weight loss, which is absolutely fantastic. Well done. Next, we're going to have a look at your body fat percentage. Okay? Really important indicator of health in terms of long-term health, long-term wellness. Body fat's something that we all need to know and we all need to bring down. Your starting was 45.1%, and today, 41.9%. 3.2% down.
That's a lot, isn't it?
That is significant. Wow. Significant. Irrelevant that your weight is brilliant, right? Because the key thing with the weight is you're putting less pressure on the knees,
joints,
which is huge. Every pound you can take off reduces the pressure put through the body. The video I want to show you is this one.
Oh no! I don't want to have that one replaced. I'm not sure if I'm doing this right, Karl. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong. So I'll just show you can see how wobbly I am. I'll try and do it sideways so you can see it, and then face forward. So forward, not going over, and then down. Wow, this is my third set, so it's got, you can just see how wobbly I still am.
Your lunges are actually quite good. The one thing I'm going to change generally, and not just in your exercise, but all throughout the day, is your posture.
Yeah.
If you look at the position of you here, look where your shoulder is and look where your head is. So when you lunge, okay, your shoulder's here, your head's here.
Yeah.
And that's gravity is pulling you forward. Your head is about 10 to 12 pounds, thereabouts.
Yeah.
What we want is taller. That's the big change I make for you is your posture.
Yeah.
Well, look, thank you for coming on board, to say the least.
Yeah.
Olivia, have you enjoyed the first kind of 2 weeks?
Yeah, I think it's very good. I find it stressful though, I have to say, but I am enjoying it. Like
you've a lot on.
I find the pressure. Like,
but you've 4 children.
But I do find it.
You're working. You're up at 5:30 farming. You've a lot. You've a lot
farming
on.
at the moment, but yeah, most of it.
Well, you did your first calf yesterday, didn't you? You're telling us that.
I did.
It's early in the season. I'm learning the seasons of all this country living stuff at the moment. So there is a lot going on, but like, it's interesting, right? Because the physical stuff, I would imagine, is pretty easy for you. You enjoy it and you enjoy the workout.
No, I love doing it.
Yeah.
It's not as easy. I agree with you. It's actually not as easy.
Oh yeah, but you enjoy getting it done.
I love doing it.
Yeah, and from the food perspective, I would imagine it's you're a doer, so you're just getting it done and you're the process of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but from just listening to you chat, there is a sense of there's an unease there.
Yeah, I find pressure. Like,
yeah. And what's the most pressured part? Talk to us about that.
Thinking about if I don't make the changes, what will everybody think of me? I suppose it's the actual thinking of me. So many people, especially when you said 40,000, that really went, oh my God. Yeah, I definitely, I don't know what other people, but I definitely think about what other people think about me. So maybe, and maybe that I do find the pressure of it. I do. I find it stressful. Like, but I really am enjoying doing it because it is amazing. Like, and I think it has been life changing. Like already, and there's only like a couple of days into it, or like halfway there. I think it's amazing. It's gone a lot more than I realised.
Okay, but it's this bit of the other people I want to talk to you about, okay? Mm-hmm. So, when you meet new people or when you meet us or something like that, this is just a question now, yeah? Do you wonder, what are they thinking about me?
Always.
Okay. Yeah. So, in life, right, there are people, I sort of liken it to a lighthouse, okay? Right. Sort of most people in a lighthouse, they're actually... They're looking at themselves going, I wonder what's going on. They don't actually think about other people. your scanner is external, and you're going, I wonder what Sophie think about me today. I wonder what Karl think about me today. I wonder what Eddie thinks about me today. So that's called mind reading. Okay, you're trying to think what that other person's thinking about me. And that's an anxiety actually type behaviour. It's a big feature of social anxiety. Like sometimes maybe people in social situations, they're always trying to figure what's the other person thinking about me. That makes sense.
Oh, it sounds very egotistic, but like it's not. Like it's.
Oh no, it's not egotistic. It's actually one of the most missed of all the anxiety presentations. 13% of people. There's a huge amount of people with social anxiety. There's a very good website called socialanxietyIreland.com. Okay. Some people have very specific social anxiety, say giving a best man speech or something like that. It's brave of you to put yourself forward for the 40-day health challenge when this is not your comfort zone. Everything you do here is outside your comfort zone, and that is total respect from us. Everything you do is total respect from us.
I know. I'm enjoying it. This week I got my tooth out, so I was worried about my food intake and whether I was doing it right. So this week was a bit of a worry for me. But
you modified it. You thought about it. You modified it.
Yeah.
Let's put all the nerves to bed. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at some stats. We're going to look at your weight first and foremost. So 66.9 was your starting, and we're going to have a look at the weight today. 64.6 kilos. That's absolutely fantastic. 2.3 kilograms, 5 pounds. Phenomenal.
5 pounds?
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. If I ever lost that much weight.
That's a bit more like the shoulders have dropped now. This is a much happier Olivia we're seeing now. This is good. Okay, let's keep it going. We're going to have a look at your waistline, a really important indicator of health that everyone watching should know. We should all know our waistlines and track it as we get older, and to keep it at what it is. Yours was 39 on day 1 of the 40-day health challenge. 37 inches. We're 2 inches down off your waist, which is an inch a week. Huge. Huge. Massive. And like you stand a real chance of getting down towards around 35, which is phenomenal.
Bringing your waistline in means that you're reducing your fat deposits around your waist, the adiposity. By reducing that, you're reducing what we call insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is linked to markers of chronic disease, typically pre-diabetes and diabetes type 2. So you, in that very short space of time, you need to commend yourself and actually say, I'm doing great because I am reducing my risk of diseases in the future.
We want to have a look at one very quick video before we go any further.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't feel I'm worth it. Like, sometimes I think, no, okay, I better not say that. But I really feel sometimes that people would be much better off without me sometimes.
Oh my God.
I do though. Honest to God, things would work so much easier if I wasn't on sometimes. But I just need to change that mindset.
Yeah.
I wanted to hug her then, but I knew she needed to speak.
When you heard that, what did you think?
I was so sad. But as well, we know Liv very well. She's so good to my daughter and everyone in the community. But I went home afterwards and told my husband about it because he knows Liv and loves her. And he couldn't believe that she felt that way about herself.
It's such a contrast, isn't it?
Yeah.
And no matter what you do in this 40-day health challenge, if you come away with all the things but not the internal piece, then there's a sadness then for everybody, really. We want to see that, and that's going to be slow, but that starts with compassion.
Somebody said on the comments on that, because we're from the same, one of the girls said, Olivia, we can't all be wrong. But we're not all wrong, you see, that's the thing.
Interesting,
Because I've never ever said that. A lot of my friends and family didn't know about it, so I think I've got a lot of messages since, and an awful lot of support, even in my own family, I think. And other people in the family started to open up as well, I think. So it's actually been very positive, even though it's very scary. And I think I said it even without thinking, didn't mean to say it, but it happened. But anyway, it was obviously there, so...
but that form of talk therapy...
Something to really work about.
You write a journal, don't you? I see that journal. And what I'd like you...
I'm really enjoying doing it.
Great.
Really enjoying it.
That's a really super. There's a strong evidence for journaling. What I'd like you to do is transcribe the comments that people did, and whether privately or publicly, what they said to you into your journal.
Okay.
So I'd like you to do that. So, and I want you then to look at that as well, because these are people in your community, people around you, in your life. Transcribe them into your journal, and I want you to look at that on a daily cycle until we meet you next.
And take a deep breath now. We're going to leave you alone, I promise. We're going to take you out of the limelight.
You're a most impressive, wonderful
You're phenomenal.
woman. So you are.
Absolutely. We think you're phenomenal.
Thank you.
And Irish people are terrible at taking compliments, but take it.
Yes.
Because you've earned it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
And I was so looking forward to coming up today, and I was so looking forward to meeting everybody. But the one person I was dying to meet today again was you.
You do.
Because I hadn't spoken enough to you on the WhatsApp or whatever during the week, and I said to Jim, I can't wait to meet Liv. You know, so that's what you've meant to me, and I only know you a very short couple of weeks.
I think the same with you.
Write it into the diary.
Yep.
Write that in. It's another one.
You're going to have a fascinating
These
drive
are
home. Drive home from the studio today. Your head's going to be spinning with all the compliments you got. Take them and enjoy them and just savour them. And, you know, as ever, you've got day by day, you're going to have challenges coming at you. You will tackle them head on, we've no doubt. And welcome.
Thanks very much.
Really, really great. Deirdre, where to start? Miss Perfection's probably a good place, I think. How have your first 2 weeks been?
So it was full steam ahead for the last 2 weeks.
I got that. Yeah.
I think you might have.
Yeah. You're almost a PT at this stage, shouting at Jim about what to do and what not to do with the exercise. It's great. Yeah.
So yeah, it was like, I suppose, you know, living with an illness is, you know, it's something you manage every day. But, you know, living with struggles in all different ways, you live with them every day. But I must say I have lived better in the last 2 weeks than I would normally have on medication. I don't think it's the pasta.
Or the quark or the kidney beans.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, I have been blown away by how well I felt at the different stages in my cycle, we'll say, of meds. Okay. It has really made me think there's more in me. I can do more. You know, that I can enjoy a lot more moments in the day than what I had been. Okay. You know, because there's longer times where I'm feeling well.
Yeah. Okay. Deirdre, thank you for sharing that, because there was one moment through the videos that we saw where you were in week 3 of your cycle and you were tired.
Oh, I was weary, yeah.
Yeah, you were really weary there. And that's quite normal, particularly in cyclical medication or treatment regimes. Yeah. And if that's happening in the next cycle of our 20 days, just, you know, go with the flow on that day. And whatever it is, you know, light moving, you know, eating well, if it is more mindful moments that day, that is equally as healthy. Yeah. Particularly when it's been a medication dip. Yeah, yeah. And if treatment is ongoing and prolonged in chronic illness, then we work with that. When things are feeling better for you, you will take up pace because you've got the legacy, you've got all the work already put in.
Yeah, and that is the truth actually, because there are some days I could climb a mountain and there are other days I can't climb up on a chair, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But they, you know, it doesn't last all day. There's different parts of the day where you do have that energy back again, and you know, so.
Fantastic progress. Let's have a look at some numbers. We're going to bring up on the screen. First of all, we're going to have a look at your weight. So 60.9 was our starting point, and we're going to bring up today's weight on the screen now. There we go. Okay. 60.1 kilos, pound and a half. Okay, now weight's not a big thing that we're going to look at. Composition absolutely is. Yeah. Because it's so important to know. We're going to have a look at yours. We started at 33.8% body fat, and today we're 30.7% body fat.
That's fab.
Which is 3.1%. That is huge.
That's massive. That is huge. I mean, Deirdre, overall, I wouldn't want you losing weight. No. I really, you know, want you, if anything, for you to getting all the nutrition from food and maintaining weight through this particular journey that we're on around medication and chronic illness. But to see this kind of change is saying that you are doing all the right things for your heart and your bones.
Yeah,
you know,
God, I'm delighted with that.
Fundamentally, it's just, you know, at a very, let's say, binary level. Yeah. So we now are doing resistance work, which is going to strengthen your bones. You know, I don't want you to feel that you are getting frail because of either treatment or illness. Yeah. You know, you're doing this work, nothing else, nothing external. It's the work that you're doing. Similarly, by doing this, improving your balance, you know, resistance work, you are increasing and improving your bone density, which will take a bashing because of the medicines that you're on.
Yeah.
So you're counterbalancing that.
And have you done resistance training before?
No, I haven't.
Oh, amazing.
No, I
knew that. A resistance virgin.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, really resistant. Like, nah, wasn't happening. I'm a walker.
And that's one of the reasons that you're seeing such a shift in terms of your energy levels, in terms of how you feel, in terms of your strength, in terms of your body fat reduction. You haven't done this before.
No.
It's brilliant. So I want to have a look at one more. The famous metabolic age. Now, yours was good at this anyway, right? It was very good. Yours was 45, and today... Oh, wow. We have a 30-year-old in the room. Life's pretty good.
Benjamin Button. Wait, I'll see what Jim
Don't tell him. Does he know he's married to a 30-year-old?
Jim will be getting a phone call on the way home, lads.
I could become very expensive now.
I tell you.
I might need.
And like we tell it with we time and time again we look into that. We say, okay, all that says is that for your and what age are you?
54.
Okay, for 54-year-old female, you have a 30.1% body fat, and that is delivering a really good metabolic age profiling. Like you're in the top percentile stuff. That's how good that is.
By following the plan, you know, to the best of my ability, I think my body has given me back more this week than it has in a long time. You know, I've had more energy. I've had more fun because I haven't been as in a low mood or whatever. You know, so it has given me back a lot more because I've put the effort in.
I was just thinking there to myself, right? I think you're fantastic, fabulous, amazing. I honestly mean this because you're showing everyone with a similar illness, but just everyone in general actually, that kind of modifying the food intake and making sure that you're fueling yourself well. When you are fatigued, you're kind of giving your body the best opportunity to replenish itself and recover. And you don't want to be exacerbating any kind of side effects you're getting. So if there is nausea, if there is kind of digestive issues, if there is whatever side effects you may be getting, we're only making it worse by consuming refined sugar, saturated fat, like high salt meals. You're doing amazing. You're getting in nutrient dense foods and you're just showing us how easy it can be done.
I loved your chocolate drops.
Oh, they were gorgeous. But actually, that's another thing you reminded me of there now, Sophie, like the lack of sugar. You know, I mean, I would be kind of a sneaky chocolate eater. I'm not sneaky anymore now to 40,000 people. I would have sat down on my own with my snack
bad
bar.
news, lads, we're in the hundreds of thousands who are watching all the stuff all together, so it's not just 40, it's a lot more. A lot more.
But I have not touched, apart from those lovely dark chocolate treats. Like, and I wonder, is that why I had more energy as well? Because I wasn't, you know, when I was having a low mood, I was having a bar of chocolate.
Hands down. Like, we won't take all the credit, but absolutely, the healthy balanced approach definitely gets the kind of reduces the cravings. But also for yourself, the anti-inflammatory aspect. Okay, so the sugar is pro-inflammatory. All right, so it'll make us feel 10 times worse than we already do. Whereas now we're completely omitting the sugar, not completely omitting, but we're really reducing it. So your body's like, yes, I feel good, I don't feel super sore, or the joints aren't as inflamed, or whatever it is. And it's like, content.
Yeah.
Amazing,
Definitely.
honestly.
Sophie.
You're super sir.
Give us the word, Sophie. Give us the
come
word.
on, give us the
Come
word,
on, give us
Sophie.
it. Give us it.
Sophie.
You're smashing it.
Hey! That's the ultimate tracker of progress. If you get a smashing it from Sophie now, then you're doing really well. Eddie, I love you're on the same subliminal level, subconscious level. Yeah.
The next piece then, that really came up for me.
Dr. Eddie has set us a challenge today to visualise what's in the future for us. I suppose I have learned this week that, you know, the future is really important to me as well as everybody else. And I had kind of, you know, signed off on not looking too far into the future because of the illness that I have. But now it's, you know, I suppose it's not that big a deal anymore, because I can still only live in the here and the now, but I can have dreams and I can look forward. And if I, you know, I really do want to be able to, you know, change the narrative both for a patient and for people around who live with them and people around them, that so much more can happen in your life.
You're in my tribe as well.
It's very powerful, isn't it? Like, it's hugely powerful. I'm going to finish off with the lines, I can have dreams. That really, I think, just sums it up. I think it's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
And I think it represents you as a beautiful person. And thank you for sharing this in the 40-day health challenge with us.
Thank you for joining us.
Well done. Now, Grainne, before we start chatting, I want to have a look at one very important thing. I know people around the country who are following this plan are mad about me, and I just hope they're as mad as you are about me in this video.
So I just did the exercise where you lie flat on the bench or the floor and where you hold your knees up for 60 seconds. Fucking hell, I found it very hard. Like, I barely held it for the 60 seconds, the first one, and I definitely couldn't video it. Like, every angle I put it, all you could see was my belly.
You're loving the exercise then, aren't you? How have your couple of weeks been?
Fantastic.
How have you found the exercise? Let's start there.
They're the hardest bit for me. I've no core. I think Martina said that the last day. But like, I'm loving it all. Loving it being with people like these three. Like, it's so positive. The exercises are hard, but if they weren't hard, they wouldn't be working.
Yeah.
But I have to say, the amount of messages I said on Instagram about my thighs were hurting me. It's hard to say for someone from West Limerick to say thighs. But like, the amount of people, and they were all fit and healthy.
Yeah.
And like, I thought they look easy, but it isn't until you actually do them. We were blaming the lunges, but I think it was the sit to stand. And like, for a few days, like going up the stairs, I was thinking, do I really have to go upstairs for that? But no, thanks, Karl. Like Dee said, like, it's so important to do the resistance for your bones and everything when you're like in your 50s.
Well, we're going to have a look at your weight, okay? Starting out, 91.4. Before we reveal it, energy levels are good? You're feeling good?
I feel fantastic.
It's the most important. Let's have a look at your weight today. 87.9 kilos, 3.5 kilos, over 8 pounds of weight loss.
So what's that in stone?
13 stone, 8 pounds is what that is now.
Okay. So the last time I was 13 stone, 8 pounds is when my daughter was 17. Oh my God. Yeah.
That's a big milestone.
Oh, that's great.
That's a huge milestone.
Well done. You deserve the moment. Yeah, you do.
No, move on.
No, it's okay.
Oh,
What's up?
well done.
No, it's so hard to lose
We
it.
talked about this going up.
Yeah.
She was telling me this when she was going up.
Yeah. Like, I remember exactly, I always lost weight with my kids because I puked. And I remember after having Sarah, I was 13 stone 7, so I was 37 then, and it just accelerated. It was like year and year be stone after stone, no matter what I did. So obviously, for the last few, I think I was 18 and a half stone. Yeah.
18 and a half stone, 5 stone.
Like, I know the last time I weighed myself, say before I started this health journey, I was 17 and a half stone, but I know I was way more than that. I just was afraid to get in the scales. So yeah, yay me.
That's phenomenal.
You. Well done, Grainne.
5 stone.
Well done.
Have you been surprised by that number?
Yeah, I was terrified, I have to say, coming up this morning, because I know everybody says about the scales that it shouldn't. Like, I knew I didn't cheat. Like, my steps were excellent. The mindfulness, I'm good at that now anyway, but like, it helped.
You're the queen
me.
of Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. My kids say I'm a momfluencer. They're mortified. But like, that's the other thing. If you asked me to look for a photograph of myself up to 2 weeks ago, I would struggle. And so even going on the camera, you've probably seen that with the exercises. Like, in the first few days, it was like, and then after a while, I was like, this is another job I have to do, just get rid of it. And like, people say, oh, I look well. I said, I look so old. And I do, like, no one wants to get old. But I was making the videos no matter what I looked like, because I think that's very important.
Eddie Grainne's had a phenomenal first couple of weeks. Very motivated. Raring to go for the next batch.
Yeah.
God, Eddie, you scare me.
There was a couple of bits, like, I think you struggled about your why, or to articulate your why.
So I love your videos, as in, you know, they're like, that bit is easy for me now.
Okay.
But the visualization.
Oh yeah, let's have a look at that. That's interesting.
I couldn't do Dr. Eddie's visualization today. I went back to it a few times, but just Couldn't do it. Have no idea.
So we're going to do a visualization. All of us, yeah, all of us, yeah. The one thing about your Instagram reels is they're so beautiful, like they're shot around the estuary.
Ireland is so lovely.
The estuary and... So a visualization is bringing, in our memory, we have oral memory, we have smell memory, and we have visual memory. So in a visualization, we can bring a visual, like a picture, like a TV movie into our mind. So I'm going to ask us to close our eyes or cast down our eyes if we feel more comfortable, and just to take a moment to listen into my voice. And what I want you to do is to bring an image into your mind of a place that gives you energy or peacefulness or calmness or contentment, or what's something, a word that feels right for you. And just taking a moment, bring a place in that fits with that. So it could be a fire, a nice warm fire. It could be handling snow. It could be going into the water. It could be down by the Shannon. It could be at Barley Cove in Cork. It could be down in Clifton in Galway. It could be up in a mountain. And imagine you're in that place, and I want you to imagine the heat on your body from the sun. I want you to imagine the way your feet are on the ground. I want you to imagine maybe the wind that might be coming through if you're in a place of nature. And that's visualization. Just taking a moment and bringing a scene in and then living in that scene. And I'll take you back into the room and I ask you, did you get a place in mind, did you, Grainne? Where did you bring into mind?
Ross Bay in Kerry.
Okay. And what came up for you there?
Just, it's a fabulous place. I always feel great there. Sunrise, sunsets mainly.
Okay.
Beautiful, yeah.
So in your mind's eye, you can bring in Ross Bay into your mind. You can imagine yourself walking barefoot on that, what the sand is like, what you see outside. So we are very fond of Coon Pier in Ventry.
Yes.
So I take a walk
fabulous.
on Coon Pier on Ventry Beach, and I can take in all the sights and the sounds from my left and my right, and looking out across the bay and over into the village. And I live in the Midlands, stuck in the most landlocked county in Ireland. The one county doesn't touch another county without the sea. But I can bring Ventry into my heart when I need to.
I get what you're saying now.
And that's visualization.
Yep.
That was perfect. You nearly lost me to the whole room. I was miles away. But there we go. I'm back now.
Did you all feel it?
Yeah.
No. Brilliant, lovely. I love it.
I think we realise that you've done it wrong.
Yeah.
Because I haven't ever thought of it like
Me
that.
either.
No.
I was totally done it wrong. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, challengers, a really big well done, first and foremost. Secondly, a big thank you for sharing the adventure of all of this. We're all in it together. We're in this one tribe bubble. And thank you for coming in the studio. Your results have been fantastic. But above all of that, you look radiant. You all look healthy and happy and just... It's infectious to watch it. So thank you so much for coming into the studio today. We really, really appreciate it. But remember, you can start on day one at any time on 40dayhealthchallenge.ie, and you can have a look at our social media accounts, TikTok, Instagram and Facebook as well. You can even send us a video if you want of you taking on your 40-day health challenge and how you're getting on. And make sure you check out our session with Deirdre's Gym.
56 years of potatoes as a constant, and all of a sudden I'm telling my body I'm not feeding any more poppies.
Adele.
I'm really enjoying it, and there's a difference to me already.
John.
My whole mental health overall, it's really after improving, and I'm more confident in myself.
And Dara.
I never had porridge, ever.
Ever?
Never.